everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we are going to be working on chair socks, and we're going to start that in just a moment. Hi everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1. Today we're going to be working on some chair socks. You are going to need a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're going to need darning needle, some scissors, and we're going to use two different shades of 4-ply worsted weight yarn. Today I'm using Craft Smart yarn, and it is medium weight. Let me see where I show you that. The color is mocha. What does it say the weight? I don't know. But we're using this one. Oh, here it is. Medium 4-ply weight. Okay, we're also using Comfort Red Heart, and it too is a 4-ply medium weight. Okay, let's get started. With our darker color, we are going to get it out of our way. We are going to chain 2. So to do a chain, I cross my yarn. I don't do a slip stitch. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. Okay. So you are going to chain 1, chain 2. Now going into that first chain, you're going to wrap your tail around it, okay? And I kind of pinch it here. We're going to do bring our yarn through, yarn over, go through the 2 loops. That's a single crochet. We're going to put 6 single crochets into that one chain. So we're at 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch into that very first stitch we made. Slip through, and we're going to chain up 1, okay? Now, we are going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around to end up with 12, okay? So, yarn in, pull through, go through the 2 loops, single crochet. We're going in that same stitch and pulling through. Keep doing this until you have 12 stitches and meet me back. So I've done my 12 stitches. We're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. We're going to chain up 1. And now we're going to, if we did our center right, when we give the tail a pull, that center should cinch right up. If it doesn't, you can use the tail to sew it up. Okay? So now we're going to do another round. This time we're increasing until we have 18. So do our increase. We're going to do 2 stitches in the first, single crochets, so 2 single crochets in that first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next. So you're working in 3s. So 2 in the next stitch, 1, 2, and 1 all by itself in that next stitch. Okay, so that has 6 stitches, 7, 8 into the same stitch, and 9 on its own. Do this around until you have 18 stitches. I'm all the way around. Now I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch, and we're going to chain up 1. So this is how big I want my chair sock base to be. So now what we're going to do is, instead of working through the whole stitch like we would normally do, we're only going to work the back loops, and we're just going to put 18 single crochets, 1 single crochet per stitch, only going in the back loop, and do that around. You'll have 18 stitches, okay? Do not slip stitch when you get around. Wait for me and I'll show you what we do next, okay? So I've done my 18 in the back stitch only, and see, it gives us this little ridge. Okay, so give us this ridge, which shows us that this is the base of our chair sock, okay? So now we're going to start working in spirals. So this will count as one row, and our next stitch, we're not going into where we slip stitch, we're going into the stitch, and we're just going to keep going with single crochets. Now I want you to do 4 rounds of single crochet just in a spiral. And the way you know you have 4 rounds is if you look here, we've got 2 rounds, but on this side we only have 1 round. We want to have 4 rounds on each side, okay? So you want to have 4 rounds on each side of your crochet hook. So do that and then meet me back. Okay, so I've got 4 rounds on each side of my crochet hook. So on this side I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this side I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch into that next stitch. Okay, now do not cut your yarn using your alternating color. So whatever you decide to use, we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to single crochet in each around, just in a spiral again for 2 rounds. So you have 2 rounds of your alternating color on either side of your crochet hook, just like I showed you before. Okay, so do that, meet me back. Okay, so just like last time, when you've got your 2 rounds on either side, you're just going to slip stitch, but you're going to slip stitch using your brown that you, or your main color that you didn't cut. Okay, and then you're going to chain up 1. You can now snip your alternating color. Leave a bit of a tail so you can sew it in. Now we're going to single crochet all the way around for 1 row. Okay. Do that, meet me back. When you get to the other side, we're just going to slip stitch. Come on now. Slip stitch into that first stitch. Pull your loop big. Cut your yarn. And pull your tail through your loop. Now we're going to turn it inside out. And we are going to tie these 2 together to create a knot. And this is where your darning needle comes in, guys. You're going to need that darning needle to hide your threads. Okay. So we'll just take our beige first, or your alternating color. I will do up a written pattern for this. It will be in the description. I don't know that I'll get it done right away, but I will get it done fairly soon, hopefully. So you just hide your threads. Okay, so I'd go a few stitches and then I cut. Same on the other side. Gonna go a few stitches. And then I always kind of go a little behind where I came out, and then I go. That just gives it extra sturdiness. And then I cut. Now for the one on top, I'm just going to bring it to that lower. So here, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to go in some stitches. I'm only going in the back side of these stitches, just barely, just so it's anchored. And then I'm just going to go through, again, the back side of all these stitches. I'm not going through to the front. Always go back a little bit from where I came out until I get to this one. And now all I'm going to do down here is I'm going to take these 2, because the one we went over and over, right? From the bottom one, We went over it when we did stitches, but I leave a little bit of length so that it doesn't unravel. And there you go, guys. You have a very cute chair sock. There you go. So now make as many as you need for all your chairs and your tables and whatever you'd like. And that's it. So check my description. I put all kinds of goodies in my descriptions. And thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye.